Yeah, Jeffy versus Marvin. The fight between father and son. If you think Jeffy will win, drop a like. And here's how it happened. It was in the Scaled when I encountered Marvin and Jeffy. It was just a regular day with the crewmates doing their task. But things got really weird. I heard a very loud noise coming from the cafeteria. I walked inside and saw a crewmate vent, but the noise was not coming from them. I went to the top of the Scaled, and that's when I saw Marvin. Marvin was staring at me, and he did not look very happy. Does Marvin think I'm Jeffy because I'm wearing his skin? A body was then reported, and Marvin sent a message in the chat. Jeffy, where are you? You need to eat green beans. Jeffy! Marvin seemed really upset, and he was really upset at Jeffy. Maybe that's why he was in the cafeteria. I spawned back in and quickly got done with some of my tasks. But why does Marvin want Jeffy to eat his green beans? A sabotage was called, but I had to do this quick task. But inside the vent, I saw something inside. It was Jeffy's pencil. What was Jeffy's pencil doing inside the vent? This didn't stop because when I entered security, I saw Jeffy's cat piano on the desk. Jeffy may be nearby, and that's why Marvin was in the cafeteria. A body was then reported. Marvin then said, Jeffy, if you don't come here right now, I will break your cat piano. Jeffy didn't care because he responded back with, I was in between some drama between Marvin and Jeffy, and they were having an argument over some green beans. I was doing my task in weapons and my game began to glitch, and something appeared outside. It was a blue light, and then I was teleported. I was teleported to the airship, and I was the imposter. How did this happen? How did I go from the Scale to the airship, and I'm the imposter just like Jeffy? I did my elimination in the vault, and I quickly escaped out of there. I vented into the viewing deck. Luckily, Blue did not see me. I went to go turn on the lights, and I heard a noise come from the kitchen. Me and Blue both heard this noise. We made our way over there, and we saw Marvin in the kitchen. What is Marvin doing here? I then saw something in front of the table. It was green beans. Marvin must be preparing green beans for Jeffy, and we all know how much Jeffy hates his green beans. Marvin then said, Jeffy, I am going after your cat piano. If you don't come here right now, Marvin must want to destroy Jeffy's cat piano because he's not eating his green beans. I spawned in the cargo bay, and I knew I had to most likely protect Jeffy from Marvin. I'm not a big fan of green beans either, and Marvin wants Jeffy to eat them. I need to find a way to help Jeffy. Would you guys help Jeffy as well? I fixed the lights and I had to go look for him before Marvin feeds him. Me and Black were working together to try to find Jeffy, but then the imposter eliminated Black. I then went towards the front of the airship, and that's when I saw Marvin. But Marvin had Jeffy's cat piano. I think he wants to break it because Jeffy is not listening to him. Jeffy then said, please daddy, don't break my piano. And Marvin said, this is what happens when you don't listen, Jeffy. I was now in the main hall, and I was trying to help Jeffy before it's too late. Where does Jeffy like to hang around? He likes to be in the gap room with this giant pencil. I made my way over there, but when I got there, I only saw Marvin, and he had Jeffy's cat piano, but it was split in half. Right behind me was Jeffy. Jeffy was staring at Marvin, and he looked really sad for what he did. This is not going to end well between Jeffy and Marvin. Marvin broke his piano. It was gone. I couldn't believe that Marvin broke Jeffy's cat piano. And I knew that in order to find Jeffy, I had to go back to the gap room. I looked inside, but I could not find Jeffy or Marvin anywhere. I wonder what Jeffy's up to. He must be really upset after what happened. especially because Marvin broke Jeffy's favorite thing in the world. I was cleaning the ruby in the vault, and I heard something behind me. It was I found that strange, and I turned around, and there I saw Jeffy staring at me. Jeffy seemed to want to work with me, to try to get revenge on Marvin after what he did to him. He broke Jeffy's favorite thing in the world, and we need to find a way to fix this cat piano and get revenge on Marvin. I left the vault and headed down into engine. I walked down into the armory and eventually the kitchen. There I saw Marvin, and Marvin had some green beans on the plate. He is preparing to feed Jeffy. Maybe he expects Jeffy to want to eat the green beans because he's broke his cat piano. I left and I wanted to go look for Jeffy to tell him what I witnessed inside of the kitchen, to let him know that Marvin is about to feed him a bowl of green beans. Marvin then sent a chat. "You see, Jeffy, when you don't listen, bad things happen. Your cat piano is now broken, Jeffy." Jeffy then responded with, "Ugh." Jeffy is really mad at Marvin, and I don't see the situation getting any better. There's most likely going to be a fight between both of them, and we need to find a way to find the fight before it happens. I went to the gap room, and across the room, I saw Marvin standing on the other side. What is Marvin up to? And why is he in the gap room? That is so weird. So I decided to leave and I went over to the main hall so I could go over to the other side, since I didn't have access to the ramp. I then entered the gap room for the other side and Marvin was still standing there, but I noticed something on his hand. He had green beans. So what is he gonna do with them? Jeffy doesn't want to eat his green beans. I left so I could go find Jeffy and report to him the information that I have for him. I went back to the kitchen and I saw that the green beans were still on the plate, but this time Jeffy was standing there. He was looking at the green beans and he looked really upset. Marvin must have sent him to the kitchen to eat his green beans, which Jeffy does not want to do. I was with a few crewmates in communications, and we were all looking for Marvin. He looked really suspicious in the gap room. I wonder what he's up to, and what his master plan is. Maybe he wants Jeffy to eat more green beans, and that's why he had a bunch on his hand. I went over to records and I found the cat piano there, but the cat piano was broken in half. It must be the same cat piano that Marvin broke earlier. I wonder if Jeffy knows that it's in records. I should probably go tell Jeffy that his cat piano is in records and maybe we can fix it. But in order to find Jeffy, I should probably check the cameras. I checked the cameras one by one, but it seemed like Jeffy was gone. Where is Jeffy and where is he hiding? Maybe Marvin put him in timeout because he didn't eat his green beans the first time. I went back to records to see if maybe they were around here, because Jeffy may know where his cat piano is located. That is when Marvin and Jeffy both appeared, and I was surrounded by both of them. They were both having an argument, and Jeffy was really mad at Marvin for what he did. There is something wrong with both of them. I then went to the gap room and got on the platform, but then I was frozen in the middle. Jeffy and Marvin then appeared, and they looked enormous. They must have eaten the green beans. And we all know about the green bean giant. Maybe they ate the green beans and they became huge. Jeffy and Marvin were then arguing with one another, and Jeffy told Marvin that he hates green beans. Both Jeffy and Marvin got close to each other, and I was stuck in between both of them on the platform. Jeffy then threw giant green beans at Marvin, which made Marvin really angry. Marvin then threw Jeffy green beans, and both of them were throwing green beans at one another. They were having a green bean fight. The green beans then exploded, and we were gone.